in. Through the system. They just apply for the job and hey.
Although the course of the Second World War was the immediate future, the Southern Shire recovered and Cronulla re-established and grew as a destination for both more tourists and residents alike. One of the major improvements was the duplication of the line. In the 1980s section...
And emerging and those here today. It's beautiful to be here in such a spot. Now, a month ago I was asked to do the 150 years of Bowenfell Station. It took me 4 hours to get there. Train, steam train, eventually got there. This morning it took me 4 minutes because I'm a blow-in from the UK, but I live down at Bowenfell, and every morning I get the confidence that things are okay because I can see the trains moving as I look out of my balcony. So this is great to be now considered a local, and it is a fantastic spot. It's a hidden mystery. When we looked to arrive here in Australia, I said, I've seen this railway line, it's going to a place called Cronulla, near Woolly Creek. I soon learned from guards making announcements that it was definitely Cronulla, and that I found the most beautiful spot in the Shire. So here we are, 80 years after this station opened. You've only got to look at the photograph how every one of you, and some are wearing hats today. Thank you very much for turning up in bowler hats and period gear. Thank you. It was a big occasion, and it's a big occasion today. You know, thank you so much for the history of the place. The second longest platform in New South Wales after Albury, a super place. And you can imagine even the 30s, people bringing their surfboards and out for the weekend dressed in their finery, spilling out into this place called the Shire. Well, it's like that today, and if you come into modern times and you talk about what's happening even the last 5 years, huge growth of the railway. In the last 2 years, this station alone has grown by some 8%, Kirrawee 18%, more and more people are travelling on the railway. And it's great to hear in 1939 they had that modern signalling system, the electro-pneumatic system, you know, really high-tech, red and green lights as opposed to signals with semaphore arms. Well, hopefully in the next few years, with the support of Mark's government, we're going to be here with a digital system with a train every 3 or 4 minutes to whisk us into the city and back, or to get many of those people who want to visit this fine place by train. And we know how tough the traffic has been, and the Mayor's worked very hard on a transport plan which allows us to ensure that this railway plays a good part in moving people around. And I do want to acknowledge both the Mayor Carmelo and Mark Speakman, our local MP, for the support you've given the railways and the transport system over the last few years. It's made my job much easier. And there's a vicious rumour that this is the most reliable railway actually in Sydney, and it's not, because I live here. I assure you that. But I'd just like to say thank you for everyone organising today. Thank you for my staff, those people who got our red Rattler out of its home up at Flemington. Thank you very much for our #1 driver here today, the mechanics. You know, when we brought out this train about, 5 or 6 years ago, it came out from being in captivation for about 10 years, and still some of my staff had some spare parts and gaskets and were able to work on it and resurrect this thing. So thank you on behalf of my maintenance team for making sure this train gets here. It's really fitting, a 1930s station with a 1940s bus and a 1920s railway train. We are going back in the past, but still have a lot to live for the future. So on behalf of Sydney Trains, our friends and family, and part of the railway family, thank you so much for coming along today. Thank you to the railway band. Fantastic. And I understand there is a vicious rumour that we have got some, I think they're called snags, are they? They're sausage things, and a bit of onions, apparently fried to Bunnings standards, so we're okay. But I would just like to say thank you to everyone. Great occasion. Thank you for turning up today, and enjoy the rest of the day. The train's here for a while, I think, Michael, isn't it? I think it is. Till about 11:45. So you have plenty of time to hop on, breathe in the nostalgia, but don't open the doors and fall out the other side, please. Anyway, thank you very much indeed. Michael.
Jeff's our photographer. Look at Jeff.
Eyes to me, everyone. Here we go. Ready, set, hands in the eye. Thank you. Fabulous, thank you. Now, we need one on this one as well. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you very much.
1, 2, 3.
And away we go.
Please, happy birthday, Patrick.
Good, right, press down.
Yay! Happy birthday.
That's it, yeah, that's it. There we are. Well done. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was great speech. Yeah, thanks very much. Yeah, that was really good.
And those who want to go to Sausage Sizzle, it's just down this end of the platform. Follow your nose and there's sausages this way, but we'll also be handing out cake when it's cut.
Yeah, well done.
Well done.